team when you're trying to construct your best lineups. What are you looking for, Grant?
You know, I think balance is probably number one. Each lineup has to have enough defense and offense. Otherwise, you're just vulnerable.
Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Magician in at the 3, small forward.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Magician. They set the screen. Here's Magician. Let's go with a 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Dawson. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. It's deflected. First quarter of play, a minute in. Pass to Magician. Here's Magician. Here's Magician. Three-pointer, no good. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Pass to Magician. Here's Peterson. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Here's Magician. Here's Magician. He's guarded by White. Here's Magician. No good with the triple. Gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Inside. Here's Magician. Ooh, went in there strong and tried to power it down. But he drew the contact, and he'll head to the line.
And, you know, under the circumstances, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Magician. They set the pick. Back to right. Cuts off the pass. Here's Dawson. Tipped. Magician. Pass to the Magician. Here's Magician. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. With the drive. Can't hit it from 12 feet. Here's Dawson. Pass to Peterson. Uncovered. He gets it in there. Peterson's got 5 now.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Here's Westfall. No points yet. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
So both teams changing it up here. Gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. To the paint. Oh, deflected. And he makes it.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Right outside. There's a screen. Pass to Magician. Looking to end the run. Knocks it down from distance. He has 6.
starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Dawson, and there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Njai. Here's Magician. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
He could have walked to the basket.
Gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. And we've got 28 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Magician. Pass to Magician. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
High percentage play. He's excellent around the rim.
Right outside. From downtown. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Up 3. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And it's Njai in at the 4. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Allen.
Away team ball.
On Wednesday, then on Friday.
And you know, for that matchup with the Bruins, anything can happen in the NBA, but they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
Here's Magician. No points so far. 6 to shoot. Pass to Njai. 4-3. No good that time. Down low. Here's Magician. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hang it up there like that.
Yes, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And they're on the break. Here's Magician. Here's Magician. Soft touch off the glass. Magician's got 6.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Offensive players, they say that understanding angles gives a big advantage. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Clark?
I think I can, B.A., a little bit. When you think about the geometry of the game, angles, spacing, timing, those things are not what you would think about when you think geometry, but how you cut, how you move, when you move, get to the basket, all of that stuff. is part of the geometry of the game.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
White looking it over. Off target from outside. Robinson passes to the Magician. And here's Wright. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Magician. The rebound by Magician. Got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Pass to White. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Magician. Pass to Magician. Screen by Robinson. Here's Magician. And that's good for 2.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And David Adelman wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. And while we have a chance, the 2K leaderboard showing the NBA's best when it comes to steals.
This team will punish you for sloppy ball control, no question. They've got a lot of fast-handed guys just waiting to take advantage.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Peterson. 5 points in the game. Pass to Dawson. Now here's White for 3. Connects from downtown. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Here's Magician. Here's Magician. 6 points for him. A minute 39 left in the first half. And they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Pass to Magician. Here's Dawson. They set a pick from behind the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Magician. He's guarded by White. Here's Magician. Good work defensively by White. Gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. Pass to Peterson. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Robinson. Got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Wright, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltender.
So both teams making some changes here. Shooting 71%. Their offense has looked unstoppable all game long. Outside White. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for your Jayhawks. White taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from White. White hits them both. Gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Here's Magician. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Pass to Magician. Here's the pick. Here's Magician. No good on the buzzer beater. And so that brings the first half to a close. Up 11. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Phantom half-court shot. Drums. They're measuring up the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance.
Slashing, scoring it close. This is my kind of game. I like the grit they're playing with right now.
Yeah, they're playing really smart. I mean, you keep it going until someone stops it.
Okay, fellas, now a look at the sharpshooters lining up for the three-point contest.
All of them have serious talent, and they have endurance. They can shoot all day, rack after rack.
Yeah, when these guys get on a roll, they don't stop. They pile it on. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. shooting the ball at 43% from the field. And it's Magician in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for David Adelman. To the middle. Here's Magician. Yet to see a basket. Sinks the tray.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. Inside. Pass to Magician. Here's Magician. To the right side. Fires the 3. And that one's good. Magician's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Shooting the ball incredibly well tonight. 73% from the floor. Here's Magician. Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Here's Peterson. He's got 5. Count that bucket. Peterson's got 7.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And with All-Star Weekend approaching, let's see what's going on in the West. You look at the Jayhawks, they're in 5th place, right in the middle of the conference. Still time to improve that positioning.
When I look at the Jayhawks, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Here's Magician. Pass to Westfall. Here's Magician. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Magician. The rebound by Magician.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out in Houston.
Shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Magician. And he banks in the layup.
Just what they wanted from that possession. A quality look in tight.
Gone 3 of 3 in the second half. And David Adelman wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. here we have a rundown of the teams with the best rebounding numbers this season.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous boxing out.
Here's Magician. 6 points for him. White, the pass to the Magician. That one's good for 2. Dawson's got 5.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Pass to Magician. Here's Magician. Here's Magician. He's guarded by White. Here's Magician. And the jumper from the wing offline.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. So are dynasties a thing of the past? Well, Commissioner Adam Silver said, I'm fine with dynasties and I'm fine with new teams emerging every year. What the fans want to see is great competition. As long as teams are emerging through great management, let the results happen however they play out. Brian, back to you.
You just want a fair fight. All right, Allie, thank you.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
1:14 left to play in the third. Pass to Peterson. Here's Dawson. Here's Magician. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Dawson nails the wide open jumper. Dawson's got his third bucket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Magician, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Here's Dawson. He has 7. There's 25 seconds left in the third. And he makes it on the layup. Dawson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Magician. Right outside. The 3 ball. Doesn't go that time. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up, but tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And it's Wright in at the 2 guard. Here's Dawson. Pass to Magician. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better.
Here's Magician. And he jams it home with authority.
And just a crafty move to get free for the dunk.
Now, he's not just trying to score. He's trying to embarrass someone.
Yeah, he was 1 step ahead of him the entire way.
Magician, the pass to the Magician. Pass to Allen. Here's Magician. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Robinson. Right on the left side. Magician, the pass to the Magician. There's the screen. Pass to Magician. Here's Magician. He's guarded by White. The shot by Magician, no good. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Jayhawks. A great fourth quarter. Just give it up 2 points. Allen a screen. White, the pass to the Magician. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Magician. Here's Magician. And there's the lob. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Magician, the pass to the Magician. And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Graham, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
Now here's White.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Fans, make some noise for your dance team.
With this brief pause, let's take a look at our player of the game.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
They were not playing well and were in desperate need of a win. He took this responsibility upon himself, and he delivered. Shooting pretty well at 45%. Pass to Robinson. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter here. Right, pass to Walker. Here's Njai. From outside the arc. It's not going to go for him. Gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Here's Magician. Pass to Magician. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Walker with it, picked up by Allen.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Jayhawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year. We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Magician.
A quality offensive outing when you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Magician. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Magician. To the inside. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Number 12.
And it's Allen with the ball for the Jayhawks. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
So the home crowd treated to a win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And time now to present our player of the game.